I took him under my wing for years. His show blossomed all the way up to probably what 90,000, 100,000, 200,000, something like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then his show,
Wow. Well,
yeah,
yeah.
his show canceled a couple of weeks ago because I think we've been doing it for like 7 or 8 years. So, you know, it was a great show. I mean, we played a lot of Cracked Earth, and stuff like that. From you guys. But
Okay, you're streaming on Facebook.
oh, we're streaming. Okay, cool. Let me introduce my friend here. As soon as I see us, well, I'll do that. And I'll get your music ready. All right, let's see what happens. Facebook, come on, Facebook. Okay, I see Dave Scott Morgan, and I see. Okay. Okay. All right, guys, listen. This is Docg Presents again. We've had a little bit of technical issues with the Windows doing its download and uploading and things like that again. But once again, I have a great legendary performer for you. I mean, he's been doing this for 50-some years. What a great guy. I've talked to other people over the years. And I'm really looking forward to this interview because I've been a big, big fan of the music that he plays and does. So I want to give a warm welcome to my friend, David Scott Morgan. David, welcome to my show. Oh, I just lost your voice.
Thanks, Gene.
Oh, there you go. Okay. And you're coming live from the UK, is that correct?
That's correct. I'm in Birmingham, England.
Birmingham.
You see, I just said it like an American then, Birmingham. We don't say it like that here. We say Birmingham. But you say Birmingham.
Birmingham, yeah.
So that's where I am, Birmingham, England.
So, Dave, before I start, I just want to go through, first of all, I don't want to go through all the 50 years, but I want to go through
good.
what led you up to playing a musical instrument. And what do you play? You play guitar and keyboards, is it? Or
Yeah, I play guitar mainly, Gene. In fact, yeah, pretty much totally guitar.
Okay, cool. But you started out as what, a young performer?
No, I would say I started out, I was just joined a group and played guitar with the group, and what happened was after a couple of years, our singer left. He left to join the police force, and so we all had to start singing. So I just got into singing from that. Yeah.
So name some of the bands that you've been in that we would know.
Well, of course, you'd know Jeff Silvers and the Four Strangers.
Yes.
No? Oh. I've been in a group called Magnum, who are pretty big over here, but I don't think they ever made it in America. They're a heavy metal group, and I used to play bass with them.
Okay.
And let me see. I think the only group you'd recognise would be Electric Light Orchestra.
That's my one. I saw you at the Time Tour, 81. Okay. I believe you were with Jeff Linden and everybody that was in the band.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's correct, yeah. So can you give me some little information on how that tour made you feel? I mean, you were on that little tour, and Time was a big album. Yeah, of course, it had Hold On Tight and all them other great songs like Twilight. And was it?
Did you say it was a little?
What's that?
Did you call it a little tour?
I loved the show. The show was awesome.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you said a little tour because it wasn't very little from where I was looking. But no, it was great. We were all pals. We'd been in groups in Birmingham in the past, and so when it came time to do the Time tour, when we all used to get together and sing Beatles songs together and stuff, and so Jeff and Richard and them thought it would be a good idea if I kind of came in to help out with the vocals and maybe play some keyboards and a guitar and that's what I did. Yeah.
That's awesome. And that was the tour with the robot and everything else, right? Did Did they?
Yes, that's Fred the Robot. He was out front doing his things, and one night he committed suicide after getting signals from the police or something. He went charging across the stage, went right off the front and onto the fallback speakers down below, sort of thing. And all the road crew came rushing on and carried him off like to hospital.
Oh, that's sad. So, Dave, so a lot of the music that you've been working on is I would say reminiscent a little bit of ELO with a lot of harmonies and a lot of great music styles. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, there is definitely a family resemblance there because we all grew up listening and liking the same kind of thing. Jeff and I were always on the phone to each other when a new Beatle record come out and eulogising over it, and saying, "Oh, have you heard that?" And do you know what that chord is there? And yeah, I know what that one is. And so we kind of loved all those chord progressions they used to teach us, and we kind of there's a family line there with the music. Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised to hear somebody say that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. So by the way, we did play Magnum.
Pardon?
We played Magnum
Sorry.
on the Keith James Sinclair show. We did play that band.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Just to give you an idea what kind of music we played. Whatever Keith James Sinclair wanted to play, I played, and it was because it was his show. But Dave, let's talk about your music that you have today here, and then we'll get back into all the other stuff. I mean, some of the songs here, I do want to touch on one song at the end, guys. If you're here at the end of this show, this is going to be a new song, Dave, that's coming out probably, next week, you said?
It's coming out July the 25th.
25th.
It'll be on Spotify and on all the major platforms. It's called Raise a Hand. It's got a subtitle of I Have a Dream. And and you'll know what that means when you hear the song.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about a little bit of the other songs, and we're also going to talk about the song we're going to play for people right now, and then we're going to come right back after that. What is the song that we're going to play, and talk about the other songs too when we come back. But we're going to play the first one you said I think is going to be Gates. Is that correct?
That's right. It's called Gates of Eternity.
Okay.
I think that tape just has gates on it, but that's the one anyway. Yeah.
Right.
Gates of Eternity.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the song and what and how you wrote it? Did you write the song or did you co-wrote it or what?
Yes, I write all my tunes. Yeah. We were in Spain. It was I think it was 2 years ago. We were in Spain and we were playing at this place in this really hot place out in the countryside in Spain, and I came up with this song, and my guitarist Alex and I we hoofed it around between us and got it together, and I thought that's a great idea for a song. Mm-hmm. It kept mentioning the word eternity, and I thought that's a lovely well, I don't know if lovely is the right word. I think it's a powerful concept to remind people of the fact that they're eternal, and so I thought, well, I'll put that in the song and see, and that's as I say, we were in Spain and it sounded great, the backing to it.
Okay.
That sounds like starting there. Yeah.
Well, I gotta find the wire. Let me find the wire first, and then I'll play.
You need the wire.
I gotta play the wire. Use the wire, and then I'll see if I can get this to play for you.
Shall I plug it in for you? Pass it through. I'll plug it in over there.
Let's see if this works. Okay, Ruben Okay, we're gonna start that over again because that's the song. So we're gonna put this a little lower and play the song. This is Gates of Eternity. Correct. Okay. This is David Scott Morgan. This is just you, Dave, right? Or is that the right song? Because it says raise a hand.
Well, it's me and my group, and all done in my studio. And actually, this was produced by Tony Clarkin of Magnum, and Tony's playing on it somewhere, along with my guitarist and myself and my wife and anybody who came to the house got to be on my record. They always do. So,
Okay. So, all right, we're going to listen to that right now. Here we go. This is Gates of Eternity.
okay.
I'm standing here at the gate, face to face. I'm hoping the scene is a dream, but I know it is, 'cause they ask me why. Why is it a secret? But it ain't no secret, no. It was real, it was read, it was spoken, it was said, and I upon a notice board and underlined in red. It is the gates of eternity. Watching the people go by, my oh my, faces like flint. There's no telling what they think, but they ask me why. Why is it a secret? But it ain't no secret, no. It was real, it was read, it was spoken, it was said. High upon a notice board, it's underlined in red. It is the gates of eternity. It is the gates of eternity. It is the gates of eternity. Butcher the baker, the candlestick maker, the kings, queens, movers and shakers, brothers and lovers and givers and takers, and all are looking at me. Looking at me. The gates of eternity. The gates of eternity. The gates of eternity. The gates of eternity. It is the gates of eternity.
Woo! That was awesome. I love that, and that's current too because it's got the current what do you want to call the chorus line. I love that participation. Well, that's great. That was great. I love that song. Really good stuff.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Gene.
Oh, my
I
pleasure.
couldn't really hear it very well at this end. I guess you had it turned down to.
Oh, you couldn't hear? I lowered it because it was too loud on
I
Facebook.
I could hear bits of it now and then. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll put it a little bit louder. I just didn't want it too loud because I didn't want it to distort on Facebook.
Okay.
But Dave.
But no, that's okay. You just keep the level so that you know for your purposes. Don't worry about me. I've heard it.
Yeah, you recorded it. So where did you record that?
right here in this room here.
Oh, you got your own recording studio. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, this is where I am. If you can see, I don't know if you can see behind me there. I'll just pick this computer up and just
That's all right.
that's
I see.
that's my Pro Tools kit there, and I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff around the wall, guitars and stuff, and
Oh,
bits and
beautiful.
pieces, and all kinds of junk around it. So, and so yes, recorded right here. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I do want to give a
This is
shout out.
where-
I want to give a shout out to a couple people too. But go ahead, finish what you're saying.
I was just going to add that this is where we've done everything since not the mid '80s. And hey, I tell you what, ELO practiced in this room once, in this little room here.
That's so cool. And of course, you were around when Kelly
Seven
Roca was
people of ELO were crammed in here. Bev was playing some little cardboard thing for drums, and because we were all squashed in here. And
That's so cool. That's so cool. So who was in there with you? Bev, was it Mick? I mean, I'm friends with Mick Kaminsky on Facebook. We
that was when there was 7 of us. Yeah, this was in the '80s.
80s.
This was Jeff, Bev, and Richard, Lou Clark, Mick Kaminsky, and me, Owen Kelly. Yeah.
Kelly, yeah. Kelly was a fantastic person, wasn't he? He was just one of them guys that just. I was talking to a friend of mine in Colorado, and his band was called Fragile X, and of course they did Turn to Stone to cover. And he met Kelly, he met Bev, and he said they were just fantastic people to talk to as bandmates or whatever. Did you find it the same with them too?
Well, all of ELO was a really very gentlemanly kind of band. It wasn't at all like rock and roll, you know. There was just really nice guys, really guys you could really trust. If they said they would do something, they always did it, and so it wasn't like rock and roll is rumored to be, you know. It was a very good group to be in, yeah. But we had a tremendous amount of fun. We just had a lot of laughs.
So
Yeah.
you have friends from other bands, I'm sure, like maybe people from the Moody Blues, or you still get along with any of them guys, or you don't see them anymore?
I'm not friends with anybody in the Moody Blues. I know them to say hello to, but I don't know more than that. You know, like I say hello to you here. That's about as much as I know them.
Okay. Because there's a lot of rumors that go around saying that you know this person, you know that person, and like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so you clarified that for me. That's good.
I don't have the Moody Blues and us didn't move in the same circles really. We were on the same bill once in 1986, but although they came from this town, and I did know some of them years back. I bumped into them years back. We were never real pals, like real close pals. Yeah.
Oh, so cool. Did you ever help Jeff Lynne on any of the things that he did for the Beatles? The recent work he did? No? Did he come to you for anything? Nothing?
No.
And what a guy.
Say again?
I said he's an amazing genius, just like you guys. I mean, Phil Hatton and me have talked about that a lot of times. Phil Hatton, of course, is his right arm, and he's a great guy too. But I wanted to ask you, Dave. Outside of your bands, when you played your songs, did you always try to do more of your songs or covers with them?
No, I never used to promote my songs until quite recently. Actually,
Wow.
I never had that kind of I don't know what you call it, but I was never that just didn't have that kind of thought about it until recently. But now I do nearly all my own songs now when I play. I do a thing in every Thursday. I do a live thing on Facebook right here in this room.
Okay.
And I always play all my own songs, you know, and I love doing it. But I didn't really see it as a business, to be honest,
Okay.
Gene. For many years, I was just having fun.
But your music is infectious. You know, I personally say that, but I can hear the quality in the songs, and you know the time it takes. the material that you use and how you layer the vocals and put the chord progression in and all that stuff. That's to me that's masterful when somebody can do that. So I give you a lot of credit, and I kind of wish you came out a little earlier, but that's the way it is. The way it is. So you're not playing.
Yeah, well, that's rock and roll.
So,
Yeah.
so you're not playing anywhere right now, just on Facebook. Is that correct?
At the minute, just doing a live thing every Thursday on Facebook. Tomorrow night it'll be just me, and my guitarist is coming over, so me and him will do something together tomorrow evening about this time tomorrow evening.
Oh, good.
And but we've got some live gigs coming up, but they're not till September because of the lockdown.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like over there, but here in New Jersey and the United States, it's like we can't go anywhere, can't do anything. All the venues are shut down. All the bands are stifled. They don't know what to do. So
That's the same over here. Yeah. So we've got some shows starting September, and we hope that we'll be treading the boards then. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So let's play another song. Hopefully you can hear this one a little bit better. What is the next song you want to play, and you want to talk a little bit about before we go into it?
Well, you're in New Jersey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know which one you're going to do. Go ahead.
I'm not quite sure where you are, but I wrote a song years ago called Princeton.
Yes.
Which is, of course, the famous university town in New Jersey, and it's an odd song because it's written in allegory. I think that's what you call it, allegoric. It's not really about Princeton, but it's speaking about this place called Princeton.
Uh-huh.
And so maybe give that a spin.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do Princeton. Let's do that now. Hopefully you can hear this, Dave.
Okay.
This is Dave Scott Morgan Band with Princeton. Okay, give me a second.
It's not Dave Scott Morgan Band. This is Tandy Morgan.
Tandy Morgan. Okay, so Richard Tandy
Tandy
and
Morgan.
you.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Sorry about that.
No,
Okay.
I mean, did you tour with Tandy Morgan, or you just it's all studio band only?
Tandy Moore were a studio band, and that record there that you just heard came off this record, Earthrise.
Yeah,
which
that's
you
it.
can- I don't know if you
Yep.
can-
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's one of the tracks on there, and that was Earthrise was a space concept album which we did in the 80s, in between ELO tours. Myself and Richard.
See, in America, we never heard of you guys. You know, it's a shame because we knew of you when we saw you on tour, but we only knew you as a person in the band. When you go out on your own and nobody hears about you, it's like you're in a forest of trees that nobody knows. Until the Keith James Sinclair show told me about it, you know, then we started playing it and everybody's like, oh, I like that band. You know, but they would have never heard of you. And that's so sad. So sad in today's environment and even yesterday's environment.
Well, that's rock and roll, isn't it? But you know, in the 80s, we never did go on the road. Richard and I, we were a studio band. In fact, we did a lot of that music was done right here in this room again. And Richard used to sit right where I am here with his Wurlitzer piano, and I'd be strumming my guitar over there somewhere. And we used to have an old 8-track recorder over here that stuff was done on to start with.
Wonderful.
Anyway, I digress. But that was a song from the Earthrise album, and it actually speaks about the town of Princeton, but it does it in allegoric way, because it's just a song about a sadness of a relationship that was really nice that's ended, and it's just speaking in kind of using a lot of space terms in it. So that's how come it got to be on the Earthrise album.
That's very cool. Now, if somebody wants to purchase that CD today, how do they get that? Or do you have your catalog on your website, or how can they get their music?
Yes, that's absolutely right, Gene. If they go to davescottmorgan.com and you can buy any of my records from there. The first record you played was actually off a record called 7, which is, it looks like that. Can you see that?
Yes, I do.
I'll
Yeah.
put that there.
Yeah, I can see it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that's actually me there looking cool. See that? See? And that's the first record we played. And then that second one is on a record called Earthrise, which is a record I made with Richard Tandy in the 80s. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And do you know, last November, we did an orchestral concert of Earthrise at the Birmingham Conservatoire, where all the proper musicians go, you know, and we had a 50-piece orchestra.
Oh, wow.
And we did Earthrise with a 50-piece orchestra last November, and we just now got a DVD coming out of that show, and the DVD it's nearly finished, and it'll be out soon.
Oh boy, I like that. Yeah, that's going to be on your website, correct, too, as well?
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Now, Dave, if I want to buy one of them, can I get it also autographed by you too? Is there any way you can autograph it and send it to me?
If you make it, just when you send in, just make a note to do that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Or write me an email or whatever, and just say that's what you want. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sure.
No problem.
Oh, that's wonderful. That sounds like an awesome concert. I want to go back to the Yellow tour though, because you said in between you guys did songs in and out. Did you ever?
We did that music. Yeah.
That was good. But did you ever think that, you know, when you were on Yellow band, you were in the tour, did you ever think that you wanted your band to like precede before Yellow was on? Because I know a lot of the bands like Trickster and all the bands here in the U.S., like Hall & Oates, and some bands were amazing. Some bands, I don't know, you know. Did you ever think of that? Would that be a good idea for you at that time or no?
No, I didn't have a band then, so no.
Oh, okay. So
I didn't have a group. The only time I've had a group is recently. So, I mean, if Jeff phoned me up now and said, "Do you want to open for me?" I'd say, "Yeah, thanks a lot. That'd be great." But I didn't have a band back then, so there's no way that wasn't, you know, on the cards.
Have you seen Jeff in his new tour? Have you gone out and seen
Yes.
any of his? What did you think of that?
That's just excellent. It's really good. He's doing it in the way he always wanted to do it. Was never able to do it because of the technology and the stuff.
Right.
Not to mention the musicians, because the musicians he's got now are absolutely fabulous. And of course he's got this. He's got a lot of them, and he's got girl singers, and he's got violinists, with pretty dresses on, and it's just he's got the full works, and he's able to. I think he's able to do his music now in a way which he can live with on stage, because it was always a bit of a compromise before,
See, I never seen that, because when I saw the Time tour, and then I saw the Out of the Blue tour in 1978, the album came out in 77, and I know you weren't there at that time. I think Lewis Clark was available, but he was more around the 81 with you guys, because he introduced you both. I remember that. But what I don't understand, of course, is when you're a big musical act for a big promotional company like Don Arden Productions and Jet Records, why they hold you to certain standards, but they also don't let you do your musical prowess. You don't get to perform as who you want to be. I know there's always the hits that you have to play, but there's so many songs that I could say that I love from the Time album and also Out of the Blue that they never played. So what I was always hoping was, why don't they do a concert where they just do one album, like the Out of the Blue or Time and Secret Messages, because there's so many great songs in there that never get played.
All right.
I don't know what your answer is to that, but that's my feelings.
Yeah, some songs work better live than others. Some songs are easier to do live, or not easier, but they have more power when they're done live than others. Yeah.
Right, and then of course when the album comes out, they always promote the album more, so there's more songs from the album.
When you play a song in front of people live, you can always tell whether it works or not.
Right.
And pardon?
No, I said you're right. I agree with you there. So go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I think we're having a little problem.
I missed you there.
Yeah, we're having a little problem with the audio video, probably from your signal or whatever. But I want to go back to another song and see if we can play that, and maybe things will get straightened out. And then we'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more, and then play the last one, which is I want to get a big applause for that going, because that's going to be your new song. So let's talk about the song Normal Day.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Normal Day is a song I did many years ago, but I was able to put it together in a way that I could live with, because I had this new equipment, which you see behind me over here. And it's a song about the old British working class that we grew up in. We grew up in a life where you just went to work and your horizons were very limited. Nobody ever thought that. Everybody just imagined they'd go to work and that was it, and die when they were 50 and good night. But the possibilities were very limited in that era. And so I wrote a song about it. It's called Normal Day, and it's just about the kind of humdrum working day in, day out thing that working people get rolling with, which I used to do, Jeff used to do, we all used to do it. Yeah. Right. We all went to work on the bus every morning, and
Okay, well, we'll do a Normal Day. We'll come back and talk a little bit more. So this is Normal Day by, of course, this is the band. Okay. What are we calling your band now?
Yeah,
Normal Day is what?
Organization.
Organization. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Organization.
Here we go.
up with a lark, down to the park and across the highway. I'll be making my hay on a normal day, working a line, saving a dime for a weekend away in the month of May. On a normal day, you can see them as they go. Cheerio, cheerio. It's the only thing they know. Cheerio. Work like a slave, live in a daze, and the years slip away. And the month of May was a normal day. You can see them as they go. Cheerio, cheerio. It's the only thing they know. Cheerio. Work like a slave, you live in a daze, and the years slip away. And the month of May was a normal day.
Oh, it's not going to be a normal day for a while here, Dave, but that was a good song. That was very, very good. I love the song. I mean, everything you're doing, I love. I love the fact that the way you're doing it, the sound, the quality. Again, everything is perfect with the song. And they're like your babies, right? Each song is like your baby. You do this, you tweak it a little bit, you tweak it a little bit here, tweak it a little bit there.
Sorry, Dean?
No, I said every song is like your baby. You tweak it a little bit.
I did.
You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're my babies. You got that right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes you can go too much. But yeah, I think you did great on that stuff. I want to give some shout outs real quick to some people, and then we'll get back into the conversation. Any questions, guys, for Dave? In fact, Dave, I asked several people to send me an email, comments, anything they wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Some of my friends,
Yeah.
Martin Kinch from the UK there, Dominic Forbes from the
I know
UK there.
Martin.
I know you do. I know you do. We know a lot of the same people, Dave. Martin's a
Okay.
great guy. Great guy. Phil Hatton, I asked him. I also asked a couple of my friends here in the U.S. I reached out to a couple people I had recently on the show, Bobby Figueroa from the Beach Boys, Dave Zane from the Buckinghams from the 60s, and a lot of the different bands like that, also musicians, celebrities, and other things. And a lot of them said they don't know much about you. They don't know what to ask, but they'll tune into the interview and check it out and see what they think of it. Also, share it and spread it with everybody. Listen, everybody, This man here, Dave, has been doing this music for a long time, and just because we haven't heard of him doesn't mean he's not good. So what I ask you to do is please share this on all your pages, share it on your ELO pages, share it on related pages with other independent bands, because, you know, unfortunately, independent bands start out as independents, but they sometimes grow a name, and then they're usually found by somebody. In today's world, it's a lot different now because of the COVID. But, you know, internet and the music go hand in hand. So you were saying you're also on Spotify. Is that correct? Is your catalog on Spotify?
Yes, that's right. The all my latest releases have been on Spotify. New releases is out there. I've been trying to get it on a playlist out there for next Friday, and next Friday is the release date, July 25th. Mm-hmm.
And that's for the new song called "Raise a Hand." Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
And that song's about what again, Dave?
That's a song for America. A song for your country there.
And it's so people can help each other, type of thing.
No, it's a song just applauding America from it's a patriotic song for America.
Oh.
It's a modern day patriotic song written by a Britisher who really respects the USA.
Oh, wonderful. I will mention too that Phil Hatton did mention me to say something about the 21 bombing, that he said he mentioned that. We were playing that song for him for a while on Keith James Sinclair's show, and also we do another show called Crystal Cavern, which is on Fridays at 3:00 for anybody who's interested.
I missed some of that. I didn't quite catch some of that. Yeah.
Well, Crystal Cavern, yeah. You can come into Crystal Cavern anytime, Dave, if you're available, because the musicians are second to none. A lot of them are English musicians. Some are more elaborate, but a lot of them are really good guys, wonderful musicians, wonderful songs, and you never know. It could open some doors for you, or, you know, maybe open doors for them, because they need it too. Everybody needs it in this COVID days, you know. So Dave, let me play this song, and then we'll come back again, and then I think we'll end our show conversation, and I'll let you add some stuff to it. And I also want to ask you if you can do a sweeper for us for the station. Okay?
Okay. You have to tell me what a sweeper is, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just a promo for who you are, and then you just say the radio station. And we'll do that after we're done with this song. Let's do "Raise a Hand." This is by Organization. Okay. There we go.
I raise a hand to the flag and the land of America. So raise a hand to the flag of the land of America, America. Freedom rings as the eagle sings on America. Every blessed day and sacred night in America. For every star and every stripe of America. So raise a hand to the flag of the land of America, America. Freedom rings as the eagle sings on America. Every blessed day and sacred night in America, America. For every star and every stripe of America.
Well done, Dave. That's a patriotic song as well. I love it. It's so good. You outdid yourself on that one.
Yeah, that's myself and Martin Smith, who was with ELO in '86, and we worked on that by remotely because we were all in lockdown. So I sent him the track. He lives down in London,
Right.
and he put his thing on it and he sent it back to me. And then my niece came around and did that singing for me on it, and I did some singing on it, and then people just kind of we pieced it together in this room. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Wonderful. Great job. Wonderful. You've got an eclectic career and a long career.
And that's for America. So how does that?
Go ahead. What did you say?
Sorry, I missed that.
I missed you too. What did you say?
I can see your lips move, but I couldn't hear what you said.
I just said it was an awesome career that you've had, and the music has been phenomenal throughout the whole time, even outside of ELO, which impressed me the most, and that's how I actually knew you from that. But then I also knew from the music from Keith James Sinclair show. So any shout outs or anything you want to give to anybody before we say goodbye?
I'm curious to know how that last song is received in your country, because
I could do that.
it's a brand new. It's just, as I say, just coming out, and I hope. I guess a patriotic song isn't very the going thing right now, but I just wondered how it would be received. Yeah.
No, I think that in my circles, because I stem from the United States, the troops that we stand for, and also the military and police around us. I was 25 years based in the New Jersey State Police, so believe me, I thank you for that. I thank you for that. But I wanted to ask you if you could just do a quick promo for me. This is Dave Scott Morgan, and you're listening to Hamilton Radio. That's fine if you can do that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I'm Dave Scott Morgan, and this is Hamilton Radio.
Beautiful. Thank you. So, Dave, thank you so much. I will start playing the song. You want me to play it when it's released, or you want me to play it a little bit before it's released?
You can play it right from now. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. I will start promoting it, playing it, and promoting your website, davescottmorgan.com. People, if you want to find out more about Dave, go to his website. I think your biography's on there, your songs, your music is on there. You have any videos on there too?
Yes, there are videos. You can get to videos from there's a link to it. Yeah.
Okay, and there are also videos
And
on
of course,
YouTube.
we have
as well.
we have YouTube site as well. So, but the links are on the website. So,
Okay, DaveScottMorgan.com. Thank you, Dave. Wonderful
.com.
time, and I appreciate your time. Thank you for staying here and being patient with me.
Thanks, Gene. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Will do.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, we're good.